What's going on, everybody? We're about to get it started. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're gonna wait for J.Lamaar to get here, and we're gonna get started. What's up? What's going on? We're gonna give everyone a couple minutes to get in here real quick, and I'm gonna get hooked up with J.Lamaar. What's going on, everybody? We're just giving it a couple minutes. We're about to get started. Hey, what's going on? All right. We're gonna be talking to J.Lamaar today. There he is. What's
Hey,
up,
what's good?
dog?
What's good? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Just chilling, working on some music right now, actually.
All right. Well, we're about to go live right now, man. We're about to go live. We're about to do it. So, hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome to the next episode of the Mariana Trench, episode 17. And the big thing here at Mariana Trading is we want you guys to find your passion, find your dreams, and be able to have that confidence to go after it. And that's why we have people like J.Lamaar hopping on with us. And
Appreciate
so this right here is another installment of our IG Live series, and J.Lamaar is the first one over here at Mariana Trading. The other day I did one on my Damon Mark page. But today we're going to be talking about life, love, music, and culture. And make sure you guys stay tuned for all the IG Live events. And I did a post so you can see all the schedule that we got going on with everybody. And then also make sure you check out the restocks of your favorite Mariana trading gear
it.
on the website. And as always, we offer free shipping to Guam, CNMI, and the entire U.S. We are the culture, and if you know, you know.
You
And
know.
so today's guest is none other than an accomplished recording artist, Army veteran, and an all-around solid dude, J.Lamaar. Welcome to
Hey,
the show, man.
appreciate it, man. I'm glad to be here.
Man, I appreciate it, and I appreciated that when I reached out to you. You know what I'm saying? I just said, "Hey, Jay, can you come on?" And you were like, "For sure, man, for sure."
You already know I got you. You already know.
So I wanted to start the show off, man. If you're down, man, can I play my favorite song of yours real quick? At least just a little snippet of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I just wanted you guys to hear some of his music, before we start off, just to kind of set the vibe real quick. And this is my probably my favorite song of yours right here, man. Let me know if you can hear that.
Oh, yeah.
This is my shit.
Hey, that's this is actually the
All right, that's the song right there. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I love the vibe on your music, man.
appreciate
And I didn't even let him get to the real fire part right there yet, where he said,
it.
"Let's get."
You already know.
Yo, man, that sound good in the car though, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's actually that beat was made by his name is Russell.
Yeah.
Russell Beats, yeah.
Oh, Russell Beats.
Yeah, yeah. He actually from Guam too. So
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I love how you always keeping it in the culture. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, got to. I got to, got to be proud of who you are and
Yeah,
what makes you you, you know what I'm saying? So
I feel
got
that, man. And so to kind of get started, man, everyone's doing this, got this COVID situation on, and everyone's quarantined.
yeah.
Who are you quarantined with?
Well, right now I'm quarantined with my dog. It's just me
Okay.
right now.
Oh,
But
that's what's his name?
King Titan.
King Titan.
I'll show
Yep.
you. I'll show you him. He's over there asleep.
Oh, what's up, big dog?
But I was quarantined with my girlfriend.
Yep.
She's actually from Wisconsin, so
That's what's up, man.
you know,
That's
she
what's up.
came out chilled for like a long time, and then flew back to Wisconsin.
Oh man, but I'm that's happy. I'm happy though for you, man, because you got to have the people close, and I feel like that really adds to the vibe, especially if you're a creative person. Whoever's close to you, they have a big influence on you.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And plus, it's like you kind of can like focus your energy and focus all your creative abilities on your actual art. You know,
Yep.
because you got someone solid like holding you down. You got someone that you can reflect to or just relate to, or just even like talk about things, talk through things. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Situations. So that's
Yeah.
good to have. Very powerful.
That's what's up, man. And I saw someone ask what's the title of that song, and that's called "Splifted" by J.Lamaar, and I was playing that off of Rhapsody. So he's on all the major streaming, so you can find his music there.
Yeah.
Um, and I love Rhapsody, man, because I remember when I used to be pulling music off of Dat Piff
Oh yeah, that
and
tip that was the joint back in
I
the
know,
day.
but you might mess up your whole computer. You pull something off Dat Piff or you know what I'm saying off Napster, the old Napster. So Napster and Rhapsody combined, and I started paying that subscription fee, and I never looked back. And uh, I think that whole wave has kind of been able to bring on someone like you, for example, that you don't need all the deals and whatnot. If you're good
Yeah,
at music and you got the vibe, then you can put it right out to the people. What do you think about that?
yeah. I think like being independent is like very important, especially right now. Like there's so many ways to connect to people, you know,
Yeah,
and like I feel like as long as you have like you got to match the talent with the drive.
yeah,
Like you can have the talent, and your drive will be just focused on the music, but you also have to take in consideration, like the business aspect of it, like
yeah,
the marketing aspect of it. So there's more than one part to it, but just to be able to be a little bit good at all those things, just a little bit, and stay like driven with your purpose, you're
yeah,
gonna make it. It's just a matter of time. So.
yeah. That's what's up, man. So what projects are you working on right now?
So right now, I'm working on a couple of projects with some other artists. One artist named E.B. Bello. It's gonna be like an Afro beats like EP, and I'm also working with another artist named Marcus Riley,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be more like guitar driven type EP. Then I'm working on my own project.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So those other two are with other people. Those are like where you're joining up with them to make like a little EP.
yeah. I'm just joining with them, collabing with them to work on the EP, and
Is that one dude like the that one Afrobeat song that you got that came out in November?
oh yeah, Queens.
Yeah, Queens.
Yeah, Queen. Yeah,
That's
that's gonna be the next EP that's gonna drop. So we already got two songs already. One song's complete. We're working on the last one. So
okay. That's what's up, man. Because I listened to that song and I was like, man, why hasn't he posted this yet? Like I had to go find it on there, and I saw it. I'm like, what's this Queens? And I was like, oh snap, this kind of knocked a
yeah,
little
it's
bit.
different. It's different. I try to. You gotta be adaptable, like with the
Yeah.
sound. So
Hey man, but that international vibe and being able to translate across cultures, I think that's a skill for some people, but I feel like for you it kind of comes naturally.
yeah, yeah, it is because like growing up, I was in like the military environment, so I was
Yeah,
exposed to a lot of different cultures, a lot of different things, like and just me being who I am,
yeah,
like being like biracial, like my mom is African American, my dad's Chamorro,
yeah,
like I was exposed to two different worlds, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's like I knew more things were out there, so
yeah.
just
And I
listen to everything.
and I think
Yeah,
that's how we relate. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad's African American and my mom's Chamorro. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? And so um, there's always that duality going on, and it kind of you can hear it in the music, but it's just like you're able to bring a bunch of different stuff together. You know what I mean?
yeah, and definitely that's definitely true. It's like especially when you meet someone that's like kind of like you or like think like you and like
Yeah,
you can definitely relate to. So
yeah,
and it's rare too.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. That is true. That's facts. That's big facts.
Yeah.
Um, and I saw you started playing the guitar recently, And what was your inspiration there to start playing the guitar?
So I always like wanted to learn how to play, and you know, when I was younger, I would try to teach myself, and when I was in the military, when I was in Afghanistan, um, I had some buddies out there, and they were like Samoan, and like they were just playing all the time. I was like, "Yo, can y'all teach me a little bit?" And it's like,
Yep.
"Yeah." They brought me in and taught me a little bit. Then I stopped for a few years, but once I got out the military, I just pretty much it was like woke up one day. I was like, "I'm gonna learn how to play guitar." I went
Okay.
to a Guitar Center and just bought a Fender, and then
Yeah.
was playing ever since.
Yep. And
Yeah.
how long ago was that?
I say it was about like 7 months ago, seven
Okay.
or
Okay. Like, what's kind of your mindset when it comes to like trying new things, and especially maybe just talk about that journey from coming being in the army and then getting out and then starting music. Like, how did that go for you? Because I think a lot of people, they just see your page, they hear your music, but then they have questions and they're curious. And that was a big reason why I even did this. Was I was like, it would be cool for people to hear, the story of the people that are in the culture. You know what I'm saying? And how they, picked a dream or said they wanted to do something and then just went for it. So I'm curious how that went for you.
So I think mindset plays a big part, like whatever you want to do in life. So like my mindset is more of like I accept the outcome of what I want it to be,
Yeah.
and like not necessarily be attached to it,
Yeah.
but like always working towards it. Like you gotta match positive thought with positive action.
Yeah.
So like you have a lot of people don't realize that like you can just think something, and like if you don't put the action behind it, it won't manifest.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I definitely feel so. I feel like as long as you put forth some type of effort, like on a daily basis, for whatever you want to do, like it can be the smallest thing. It can just be like researching it, or like as long as you expose yourself to it more like fluently,
Yeah.
like your subconsciously will be attracted to it, and
Yeah.
that'll bring you to that thing that you aspire for or desire for, So
Yeah.
that's how I try to think of things, and you have to realize too that like things are going to happen, like tests are going to happen, and failures are going to happen. But like, as long as you see it as like an opportunity versus
Yeah.
like seeing it as a failure,
Yeah.
like that mindset you have is going to take you further.
Okay. Okay. And what about like when you were getting out of the army and then deciding to start doing music? What was your thought process there? How did that go for you?
So the funny story about that is once I got back home, like I always like wanted to continue to work on my music and everything,
Yeah.
but once I got home, I just kind of didn't know what I wanted to do, and I ran into one of my friends from like high school, and he still
Mm.
does music, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, I remember you used to do music. Like, can you come to the studio?" I was like, "You know what? Might as well." Like, I went to the studio, I recorded, and I recorded with this engineer named LaFell,
Yeah.
and yeah, from since then I just like, okay, I'm just do this.
And how
It was
long ago was
hard at
that?
first.
When
Was
was
that
that? How long ago
that
was
was
that?
about that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So you've been in the game for 2 years.
Yeah.
And man, I'm really enjoying this interview, by the way, and I'm having a good time. Hey, everyone that's watching right now, if you guys want to send this video to somebody, if you're enjoying it, because I got more questions to go right here. So if you're enjoying it, just hit that send button and send it to somebody, maybe your friend, and
Yes,
we can keep enjoying this
spread
interview
word.
right here. But we talk sometimes, and I really like the esoteric knowledge and that law of attraction, and I really and truly believe in that myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you're looking for something, or you're when you think about things a certain way, those are the things that your brain will choose to notice. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
that's true.
And so, could you talk with some about like what are the books that you're reading right now, or what have you been reading lately? You know what I'm saying?
Uh, so I like to read Deepak Chopra books.
Okay.
Um, he is like he's let me see what's a good book from him. MetaHuman. MetaHuman is a good book that I read from him. And it basically MetaHuman talks about like pretty much like how your mind works, like how society is structured, like like how you have the ability to accept things in your life or go against it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you go against it, you become angry and upset and all that stuff. So, and it's a really good book to start with. And Think and Grow Rich was actually a book I like to read. I've
Yes.
read it like 3 times.
Yes.
So like those are So, and
Yeah.
also, Bruce Lee has had a book called I got it. Yeah, I'll show you if I got it. It's The Warrior Within. Yeah.
The Warrior Within. Okay. So
Yeah.
Deepak, for people listening, that was Deepak Chopra that he said, Deepak Chopra books, the
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Lee book, The Warrior Within, and then Think and Grow Rich.
And that's the
I read Deepak probably like 10 years ago. I was reading Deepak, but I haven't read some of his newer stuff. I have not read the Bruce Lee one, but Think and Grow Rich. Uh, that's one of the ones where I listen to that on audiobook.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I'm doing my leather goods, I'll be listening to something like Think and Grow Rich or to The Alchemist or something like
Yeah.
that. And I see 48 Laws of Power right there.
Yeah.
That's another one too. You
Yes.
know, um, and sometimes when people like get the self help area, I feel like I don't know whatever kind of stigma it goes with it, but I feel like if you go at it with like a good heart and you want to bring positivity in the world, then that's what you're gonna get from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the funny thing about that is, it's like when you talk about like self help, it's like we're like, I feel like we're all put on this earth to help others. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So like self help is really like you helping people around you.
yeah,
Because you make yourself a better person, then it's going to reflect on the people around you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's like a key to happiness. Like if you like think about it, like anyone that's helped a lot of people is like either wealthy or they're like somewhat happy. Like the person that started Amazon, like he said, I think that was him that said that once you stop thinking about like how it's gonna make him rich and how it's gonna help other people, that's when he started. That's when everything changed.
who said that?
The what's his name? The CEO of Amazon, the owner of the
Oh,
person.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So and just there's another book called The Go Giver, and it basically that's all it talks about. It talks about like giving and like how giving helps. And
yeah,
there's one part in the book where this guy, the person that was like really rich, he like pretty much took on someone that's trying to get up, like climb the ladder or whatever.
yeah,
And he did this. He said, okay, so I want you to breathe in and like hold your breath and like hold your breath as long as you can. So so he's counting. He got to 30, like he breathed out, said, I can't hold it. He was like, that's the same thing. Like if you feel like you always want to take, it's gonna just build up inside of you, and it's not gonna feel good.
yeah,
And like in order for it to grow, it must flow. So
yeah.
that's why you got to let that out. Like whatever you receive, and just give it back to the world.
Mm. That's big. That's big facts, though. That's big facts. And yeah, man, I believe in that. I watched a dude named Gary Vee,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, and everything that he talks about, and like it's like we're in the age of the internet, right? We're able to have IG Live. You're able to put music out and distribute it yourself. Um, but all that centered around brand, and brand is through, however people perceive you, but it's also through, like what you're saying, through giving. You know what I'm saying? Um, and like this, you know what I'm saying? Like being able to put the story out there, it's for free, and I'm recording it now, and then I can post it on YouTube later. And um, always just going into the future, there'll be back that time when we did this interview. You know what I'm saying?
Just like we can always be like, yeah, this was the first. Like,
Yep, yep, yep,
so yeah.
for sure. And so, what's like one of your favorite songs that you ever made?
Favorite songs I ever made.
I know
I
you're
think
still
like
early in the career, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think PTSD was one of my favorite songs ever made, just because like what the meaning behind it. Like
yep,
it came from like a real place. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
It wasn't a song really to like be catchy or to be like, it was a song that I feel like I needed to express, like,
mm,
for veterans, that deal with PTSD and like, suicidal and, a lot of stuff goes into that, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like my favorite one.
And so like it's kind of like for that song, that was almost like a therapy in and of itself, would you say?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely was like writing it, and I remember what's funny about that is like when I first got out the military, I didn't have my own place, you know,
Yeah.
so I stayed with my mom for like the first like a few months,
Yeah.
and I was like I didn't know how to record either. I didn't know how to engineer. I know how to engineer now, but I recorded like I had like a little recorder or whatever, like something I bought from like Guitar Center, a little box thing, and I was recording the song PTSD, and like
Yeah.
my mom could hear it in another room, and she's like knocking on the door. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, mom, I'm good." She's like, you know, I like it better when you make love songs or songs about like happy relationships. I was like, yeah, that's true, but you
Yeah.
know, there's more to me than that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's like, well, I guess I understand, but I like your love songs better.
She said, "Are you okay?" Hey, but through doing that, that's how you are okay. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? If you held all that in, that's
yeah,
what causes problems, right?
yeah, definitely. And like, I've really realized like it took me this long to realize like the best you can't carry things around, you know, like and like you're attracted to things in your life, things that you love or the things you fear.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So like if you like try to avoid the things like that cause you pain and stuff in your
Yeah.
life, and instead of just like sitting with it, you know what I'm saying, and like understanding it and understanding the roots and where it comes from,
Yep.
like you know, it's gonna just follow you around.
I feel that.
You
I
know,
feel that, and that's true. And so how does it go like when you started creating the album or like deciding to do an album versus doing just dropping singles? How did that work? Like, and maybe talk about how you dropped the first album,
okay.
In the Clouds.
So in the clouds, that was that was like one of the biggest projects, like because everything was me, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So like promotion was me, like getting the videos done was me, like the photography, the recording,
Yeah.
like everything. Like I had to make everything work. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I had to get everything copywritten,
Mm.
everything. I was just doing everything myself. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up.
So and this is my first time ever trying to do something like that. But you know, like when you match positive action with positive thought, like
Yeah.
you're gonna get a positive outcome.
Mm.
So
Mm.
it definitely was a process, you know. But I was so inspired during that time. Like it was easy to write and it was easy to record. So it was just like every 2 weeks I'm in the studio, or every week I'm in the studio.
Yeah.
So as it was coming, I didn't stop it. I just like let everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And that was your first album, right?
yeah, that was my first one.
Man, but like, I feel like, people's first album, an artist's first album, that's like the dopest album always. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
probably because they have that experience. It's like, at the first album, you get to write about everything that you've experienced all before that up
Yeah.
until that point. There's such a
Yeah.
big body to pull from. Um,
Yeah.
and then like when you do the second album, now it's an incrementally smaller time period. You know what I'm saying? And I feel
Yeah.
like the artist that can always pull from what happened in the beginning, that's when all the albums are always classic. You know what I'm saying? When you can look at it
Because
that
it's
way.
coming from like a real like true place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coming from a place where you grind it. Like you really grind this, trying to get your name out there.
Cause like those early Jeezy albums, I don't know, man. Those things not, man. The first Wayne albums,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, Nas, Illmatic, always the first albums. They always knock so hard. I don't know why. You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
it's kind of like with movies too. Like it's the first one was always better. Like
Yeah. Like Wayne's World versus Wayne's World 2. Come on now.
yeah, yeah,
I don't even know if you watched that.
yeah. It wasn't there like a second Dumb and Dumber or something.
Yep, yep. Well, see,
I
we're
don't
not even
even
about
like
that. We're
nobody
all
even talks
about
about.
Yeah, we're about the first. It's always like the first Dumb and Dumber was cool. Like and then I just watched Bad Boys for Life. You know what I'm saying? And it was straight. Oh yeah, College Dropout right there. The first
Oh
Kanye album. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And
Oh man.
I like Kendrick too. Like
Oh yeah.
what was his first? I can't remember the name of his first album, but I remember when I first heard it,
Mhm.
I was like, this person he can spit, like he can really rap.
Yep. Yeah. And and when you talk about an artist that like is pulling everything together, you know what I'm saying, and able to keep reaching back and talking that real. That's why I love Nipsey so much, and that's why that hurt so much when that
Yeah,
happened to him. You know, R.I.P. Nipsey
yeah,
was
RP.
when I listen to that music, it like that's like motivation. Like I listen to Victory Lap probably twice a week. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Because I spend a lot of time in the lab. I spend a lot of time working on stuff, and I'm like, if I'm trying to concentrate on building a bag or building a piece, I need to be focused. Because once you do something to the leather, there's a hole there forever. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
so every action has to be perfect all the way through, and you could be halfway done with the bag. That little sewing machine go, and you're like, oh man,
dang,
you
you
know what I'm
got that.
saying? You
Yeah,
just throw that thing across
yeah.
the
And
room.
I remember when you first like started that, and we
Yep,
was having a conversation, and you was like, I just carried my bag around with the tools, and anytime I get free time, I'm just messing with it, like messing with it. I was like,
yep,
that is genius.
yep.
Like that is genius. Like you just like surrounding your life with that to the point where it's subconscious. Now it's just like it's kind of more effortlessly now,
Yep,
than it
yep,
was.
for sure. Um, but yeah, so I played the song earlier on, Spliffed It, and it was between that one and Keep It 100. Those are like my two favorite songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And for me, I judge music by how does it sound in the car. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like if it vibes in the car, that's uh that's kind of like how it vibes everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like if
yeah,
someone does a brand, if the brand can be on a hat or on a hoodie, that's how you know it's a nice logo. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because it looks
yeah,
good at scale or size down. You know what I'm saying? And it's the
yeah.
same thing with music. If it sounds good in the car, it'll sound good
It'll sound good anyway.
anywhere.
I
You know what I'm
appreciate that.
saying?
I appreciate it. And I got to give a shout out to my engineer, LaFell and Nick,
Okay.
um, at Underground Rich Studios in
Yeah.
Greensboro. So yeah, if it was, they kind of like when I first started, they kind of like took me in. It was like kind of helped me figure out my sound and like help me figure out,
Mm,
like what direction I want to go in when it comes to like my music. So
yeah. But I'm not gonna compare you to anybody. But there's some times when I listen to people and I'll be like, yo, this is a vibe right here. I can hear
that
you on
last
this.
song, that song was dope. Like the song you sent me, I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, we don't have to compare you to anyone on this video.
Oh
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
no, like
Uh,
I don't see honestly, I don't like. I know some artists like they might get offended about like being compared or whatever. But like honestly, if someone has a good quality that I match
yeah.
with, I take that. You know what
Hey,
I'm
that
saying?
that was it was Eric Bellinger.
Oh yeah, that's crazy you say that. I love Eric Bellinger.
Yeah.
Like when I was in the military, um, before he like actually dropped his album, it was on Dat Piff.
Yeah.
What's it
Mm.
called? Rebirth.
Okay. I didn't hear his mixtape before he came out.
Yeah, yeah, and it's on his album now, his newest album.
Yeah.
Like, so what he did was kind of smart. What he did was like he tied that mixtape to his album
Okay.
because on that Piff you can just download it
Yeah.
but now it's on his album. You get the streams for it now. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hey, that's
So,
what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Um, but for Keep It 100, right? Going back to Keep It 100. What was your inspiration for that song? And so maybe talk about what the song was about for people that haven't heard it, and then kind of what was your inspiration behind that?
uh, Keep It 100 is basically for it's basically talks about like if you're not gonna keep it 100, then like don't be in my space. Like like pretty much that's it. Like just keep it 100. Like just keep it real. And the thing is, it's like that came from like dealing with relationships, also
Mm,
dealing with like people that like you feel like you can't trust, or people that lie to you. Like everybody goes through it. Like everybody goes through like being hurt, being
yeah,
heartbroken, or something. Like everybody goes through something. And like keeping 100 is just like I need to plug my phone. There we go.
oh yeah, we got
But
you
yeah,
back.
keep it one.
We got you back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, keep it 100. Keep it real.
Yep,
That's all I ask for.
yep.
Yeah.
I feel that. I do like that song right there. And so, like you said, that was based on experience.
Yeah, definitely experienced a lot. And the thing is too, like when I first got into music, I kind of had the mentality like I was in the military. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're in the military and you're working with people, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got their back, they got your back. Like it's gonna y'all gonna like look out for each other. But in the music
Yeah.
world, it's not like that at all. You know,
Oh, no one
everybody.
has your back. No one has your
Yeah,
back in the music
yeah,
industry.
yeah. Well, there's far few in between. You know what I'm saying? But this that goes to say there's only far few in between. Like you got to know who you
Yeah.
can really trust and who can you not trust, and like
Mm.
you got to see if someone's going to try to take advantage of your talents, or because it varies. But I would say, I mean, Tupac said it: "Don't trust nobody."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Dante? How you doing, dog? People shouting out in the comments. Um, but how have you grown since that song? Since writing "Keep It 100"? Like, because I feel like when people write songs, they're in a certain space, and then over time they grow. So, what has been the journey like from being in that space, writing that song, to where you are now as an artist?
So I definitely say I've grown. Like I feel like I've grown a lot because like the way I even view things is like totally different now.
Hmm.
Like I ask myself a different set of questions that I didn't ask before. You know,
Yeah.
you
How
know.
so? Give us an example of maybe what you mean by that.
Um. So my thing is, it's like before, I used to get upset or mad, or like if someone does something to me, or like in a relationship, like say I'm in a relationship, and say like if it doesn't work out, or like I love that person, like everything. If it doesn't work out, or we mad at each other, it's like how would I take that? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I had to get to the point where I had to realize like having attachment to situation, things, and outcomes is never gonna be good,
Mm.
because like you're placing your awareness on that attachment. So the thing is to be connected to everything but attached to nothing.
Mm.
So like I have to keep that in mind. Like whenever something's going on, I remember that this can turn into an attachment. Just be connected. Just go with the flow. Take it in for what it is.
Yeah.
Understand it for what it is, and realize that it's not going to affect you unless you let it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's how like I think differently now. So, and that's a good way to think.
So how would you say that relates to, like, what I'm saying? There's the part of, like, I don't want to be attached to anything, as opposed to the part where it's like I'm focused on my music, or I'm focused on, making this new album. And it's almost like, does that drive the ability to keep everything in perspective by having that purpose, or having that goal that you're going after? How does that work for you?
Yeah, so like definitely having a purpose when it comes to like music or whatever you do, I think is important, because I feel like when it comes to purpose is like, for me, like when I say I have a purpose, I know my purpose is to try to make other people's lives better, or to influence people for the better, or just like be like, as an artist, I feel like there's a saying that artists are the architects of the inner world. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like it's my job to like, when I get these like feelings, where I get like happiness, sadness, all these emotions that we all deal with as humans, like to express them in a way to like relate it to someone, to the simplest, like to the simplest form, when they can listen to it and like, I feel just like that, like I understand it now, like
Yeah. Yeah.
so just having that purpose for me means to just like, anything that happens in my life, like anything that enters in my life, has to align with my purpose.
Mm.
Like people, things I read, like things I look at, like everything has to align, because everything that enters your life is going to affect you somehow. You know what I'm saying? So like keeping my mind on that purpose, like the end goal, and keeping the end in mind is like what guides what guides my life pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and so, switching gears just a little bit, you sing a lot about your love life and your music. You know what I'm saying? Even your mom said that she likes it when you sing love songs. Um, and so, being a young man that's out there in the world, coming of age, what I'm saying? Not that you're young, because you already, served our country and got out of that, and now you starting your second career. But what's your perspective on like love in 2020?
My perspective on love. I think that I mean, love is gonna always like real love. So it's gonna always it can be always be found. But what I think now is like people love more like not everyone, but there's a majority that love for like the wrong reasons. I think you know like they love like of course you have to be like attracted to someone or something like that, but like that shouldn't be the determining factor on if you love them.
So you're saying attraction isn't all what it's about then?
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Like
That's interesting.
yeah, because like you have to think like things change like over time. Like nothing's gonna stay the same. So people are gonna get older. Like people might change. Like something might happen. But like if you like truly like love someone, it doesn't matter. Like you love them for not for how they look, but like how they think, how they interact with you, and like just want to see them be the best at whatever they do. And so
yeah. And see that kind of leads me to my second question, and I wasn't even like I didn't even know what type of answer you were gonna give because it's not like this is what we talk about when we chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we're talking about ideas and stuff, but I want this is for the people. You know what I'm saying? And I want them to get to know you and be able to learn more. And so like because of that, so what is it that you're looking for in like a partner? You know what I'm saying? Because you make music, you make love songs, and you're talking about, you know, what's your perspective on that whole situation. But so then what does that come out into the world as that you're looking for?
So at different stages of my life I was looking for different things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I'm at the stage now, like what I'm looking for is someone that like in a relationship, my ideal relationship, which relationships never ideal. Just so that, but like if I have one, like my ideal relationship is like pretty much someone that like don't that have their own purpose as well. Like someone that's driven themselves, like they want to achieve their own goals, they have their own set of things, but someone that's like loyal to themselves and like really know themselves, because like I really believe like you can't like truly like love someone else like properly until you know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that just means because like if you know who you are at the core, like you can understand other people like really easily because you can be more empathetic because you know who you are. So whatever happens, you're not going to question your judgment or what you'll make. You'll just take it in and be like, okay, I can relate to this person because I can see how they can see it that way. But someone that definitely communication is like one of the big things that has to be constant, and someone that puts forth effort, like I wouldn't expect anyone to be perfect, but I expect the people that's in my life and people I love to always put forth some type of effort within themselves and in the relationship, because that's the way it grows.
What's up, man? Man, you writing a song over here right now, dog. Damn, cuz. You writing a song right now. You putting bars out there. Hey, any of you guys that are watching right now, if you have a question, drop it down below. We're about to move on to the next little section right here. But drop a question so that I can see it and I can tag it on to the end if you want me to ask J.Lamaar for you. So we're going to do a little game right here. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to pick one or the other. I'm going to give two things, and then you just pick one. And it's just a little game to get to know you, and it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So do you wake up early or do you stay up late?
Both.
Hey, my man's grinding right now.
One or the other. I wake up early.
Wake up early?
Yeah.
Okay. Gas grill or charcoal?
Charcoal.
Charcoal? Okay, I was about to say. He was about to be excommunicated.
Yeah.
We're gonna do you in the trade. We're gonna trade J.Lamaar to the other side. Okay. Hot? Do you like it hot or do you like it cold?
Hot.
Hot? Okay. Sneakers or boots?
Sneakers.
Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron?
Well, I gotta say Kobe.
Okay, okay. I was about to say, man.
I say Kobe.
Oh man,
Peace.
R.I.P. Kobe, but that was the right answer. I'm just saying. Rap or R&B?
R&B.
R&B. Are you do you drive fast or are you rolling in the slow lane?
Oh, drive fast.
Okay. If you whipping the truck
Yeah, you already know.
with the dog in the back.
Heck yeah.
All right. Boxing or UFC?
UFC.
And then the last one, second to last one, Jay-Z or Nas?
Jay-Z.
Okay. Okay. Respect either way.
I know
Respect
you
either
wanted
way.
Nas. You probably
Huh?
wanted Nas, huh?
No, there's some Jay-Z album like that. This is a trick question, by the way, because there's like some Nas albums like Lost Tapes. I could bump Lost Tapes all the time. The album is from like a certain part of my life that I love the memories from that. But then
Yeah.
like Jay-Z too. Jay-Z was the Volume 2 was the first album, one of the first albums that I took from my dad out of his little thing because it's explicit. So I'm not even supposed to have it. You know what I'm saying? But I take
Yeah.
that and put that in my on my disc until he comes looking for it. And I used to have these big old headphones on in the back of the bus, going to school, listening to Volume 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that
Um,
reminds me of a story. Like when I was younger too. Actually, like two stories. One was like when I first, my mom gave me this bag, and she had like old cassette tapes, like little
yep.
cassette tapes in there, and like she was like about to throw them away, and I was
Mm,
like, what is that? She was like, oh, this is just some old music, or whatever. And I was like, can I listen to it? She's like, yeah. So I bought a little cassette player. I was
yeah.
listening to it. I was like, dang, it's like Vanilla Ice. Like, I was like, oh, this music's kind of dope. Beastie Boys, like,
Yep.
yeah,
Hey, so that was kind of your influence then. He was already getting started back at that
yeah.
time.
And
What are
when
some of the other tapes that were in there?
um, I know Vanilla Ice, Beastie Boys, Billy, Billy, Billie Holiday, uh,
Mm,
mm, The Temptations. Like, it was just
mm.
like all random time periods. Like,
Yeah, she was giving you the real. You got that real stuff right there.
yeah, yeah. She didn't even know it. She was adding the sauce.
Hey, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not the juice. Not the juice. The juice is temporary.
Yeah,
The
juice
sauce is
temporary. The
forever.
sauce thick. It's
The
gonna take a
sauce
while
is
for that
thick.
to
The
go
sauce is
away.
forever. Yeah, that's the stew. That's the stew. That's not chicken soup. You know what I'm saying? Not hating on chicken soup, but that's that beef stew.
Yeah, that potato
That's
and
that's
broccoli.
that chicken adobo. Something.
Yeah.
And then right here, I got the last question on the game right here. You're at a Chamorro Fiesta.
Okay.
What do you go for first? You're first in line. You done waited in line. You got first in line. Where are you going first?
The ribs.
The ribs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
That's what's
ribs.
up. Hey, my man knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, hey man, I appreciate everyone stopping in. I just got one last question for you, man. If there were three artists right now that you could collab with, who anyone out there that you would collab with?
Hmm. There's like so many, but if
Hey,
I
we're
would
putting it
say,
in the universe. You know what I'm saying? We're doing that
yeah,
law of
right
attraction.
now,
We're
recording
recording
something
right
like
now
this.
and we're going live. Maybe they might hear it. Someone might send it to them, send this video to them.
Yeah, I would say Black. He's one.
Yo, he goes hard, man. I love that. I love his album.
Yeah,
The album is nice.
he is. And I would say um, hmm, that's a hard one. Mr. Easy. It's like the Afro beats
Okay.
sound. Like, um, and J. Cole. Yeah.
Okay.
Just because, he's from North Carolina, you know what I'm saying? So, like, my mom's
Hey,
from North
nothing
Carolina.
wrong. Hey,
So,
J. Cole brought that new flow. He brought
yeah,
that new flow, so we can rock with J. Cole.
yeah, yeah. So,
Hey, man, I appreciate you so much for coming on, man. Thank you.
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna hit
appreciate
you
you
up
having me.
offline.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit you up
I feel
offline.
like we had a great conversation. Like, this
Yeah,
was
man.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it went really well. And everyone that's watching right now, I'm gonna be saving this. It'll be posted to the stories, and then you can watch it there. and then I'm gonna take this video and put it onto YouTube as well, so you can watch it there. Share this video, send it to somebody, and make sure you stay tuned, because starting on Monday, we're going back in it again, and we're gonna have a good time. And so I got All Nesian on Monday, and I picked All Nesian, or I reached out to him because, you know, coming up, starting a brand in the island culture, there was only so many different brands out there, and that was one of the ones that's popular. The hats are very popular, and you see them all across the culture. You know what I'm saying? And so I reached out to him, and he said yes as well. And so we're gonna chop it up and find out, you know, the backstory behind All Nesian.
Yeah, I'm ready to see that too.
You said what?
I said I'm ready to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for checking in. And this has been another episode of the Mariana Trench. Catch us on YouTube, catch us on IG, and make sure you go follow my boy J.Lamaar, and check out all his new music, and just stay tuned, because we're doing it for the culture. We are the culture. And if you know, you know.
You already know.
All right, bro. I'll see you soon, man. I'll talk to you soon. All right, peace. Bye.